Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now today I want to talk about PEPE coin because we've seen some pretty decent moves coming out of it so far, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about kind of what could be next and kind of my general thoughts on the coin, just because I do think that there is a lot potentially to come from this coin. And so anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look at what we're looking at. So anyway, starting out, what we can see on the crypto bubbles is PEPE down just a little bit today, but we can see even just this past week and then this past month overall, I mean, doing really, really well, almost up 100% just this past month, which has done really, obviously very quite nicely. Obviously, you know, it's done really quite nicely over the past month or so. I mean, keeping almost up with the likes of Bonk, outperforming Sui, which has been another really strong gainer, Floki. I mean, really the only meme that's kind of outperformed it is DOGE, and I mean, there's been a ton of, you know, massive positive news around DOGE, so I guess, you know, that kind of makes sense. But PEPE obviously kind of one of the kind of the secondary winners behind that. And so looking at the chart, we can kind of see exactly that, right? I mean, if we go in, we can see that, you know, PEPE's gone up kind of almost 222%. And looking at the chart, what we can see is that PEPE's gone up over 200% from bottom to top. You know, obviously most people probably didn't catch it bottom to top, but I mean, over 100% probably for the average person, if I had to guess. What we can see, though, kind of more importantly and maybe even more surprisingly, is we haven't really even seen a massive boost in volume like we've seen on some of these others that have really kind of run so hard. And this is kind of surprising because usually there's an uptick in volume generally kind of brings this level of price appreciation. The reason why PEPE ran so hard, from my understanding, is because they got listed on Robinhood, which is obviously a very, very big win for a meme coin, getting more access to, like, you know, some pretty heavily retail traders. Obviously Robinhood is a pretty like retail friendly place to be, and so being listed on Robinhood is very, very good news. We can see, though, I mean, still obviously like some room to run. If we look historically, we can see, you know, obviously a pretty decent run up in March as well, and it actually has held pretty well ever since this run up in March, which is pretty surprising. That usually does not happen, but I do think there's a reason for this that we are going to look at here in a second, because what we're seeing here I think makes a lot of sense. Maybe depending on kind of, you know, what your view on meme coins is, but I think this does make a lot of sense because we're going to see something very, very important here shortly that I think is going to explain a lot of this. But before we get into that, if you are going to trade PEPE coin or any other various coins, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, it's kind of some of the bigger ones, Solana, BTCC is an exchange that I've been working with this month. They do up to 500x leverage, no KYC, no VPN needed. They're also doing this really, really awesome 10% deposit bonus on first-time deposits. So if you were to deposit, let's say $10,000, you would get a $1,000 bonus that you could use to trade. And then, you know, let's say you take it on a very reasonable 2x long of PEPE and then, you know, make another 1,000 or so, then that's all money you can keep totally for free. So obviously a super, super good deal. There is up to the $10,055 of volume and such bonuses for users as well, in addition to the 10% deposit bonus. So really, really good deal there. Up to 500x leverage and also no VPN or KYC necessary, which again is also a really, really nice deal. So if you are interested, please just check the link in the description below. You'll be able to go in and essentially just create an account, get signed up, and get started. It's really super simple, and as you can see, a pretty easy and great platform to trade on. Another thing that they do is they also have tokenized stocks and commodities, which is kind of nice as well if you're wanting exposure to like US equities and you can't for whatever reason, or you're more heavily invested in crypto or whatever. You can also leverage trade those, which I think is kind of entertaining as well. So like I said, if you are interested, all those links are going to be in the description below. Now the next thing I want to take a look at here is meme coins by market cap, because what we can see is something really interesting. We can see that PEPE only has a market cap of about 8.5 billion when we compare to DOGE specifically at 54.5 billion. And so this is kind of, I think, the main comparison that I want to make here. Obviously, we can see meme coins below this. Things kind of fall off a decent bit. But I would say that you know, DOGE and PEPE are, I would say, probably two of the like most durable and original and probably like most like versatile memes that probably exist. Maybe there's a couple others that I'm forgetting currently. But PEPE and DOGE are kind of like the memes of the internet, right? And so when you kind of look at it that way, obviously we can see DOGE done incredibly well recently, mainly on the news of Trump's election and Elon getting into the Department of Government Efficiency, which is also coincidentally DOGE. And Elon also has been known previously to bull post Dogecoin. But also, like, looking at PEPE, I wouldn't say that there's such a disparity between the two in terms of like durability of a meme coin. I mean, PEPE is an incredibly strong meme that has done really, really well over years and years and years, and there's so many like derivative memes made on like Pepe just generally, right? And so I mean, if we look at between Pepe and Doge, I mean, those are kind of the originals. Shiba's kind of like a beta play to Doge, and we can kind of see that reflected in the market cap. But then we also go, you know, a little bit further down, and a lot of these memes are not necessarily like super prevalent throughout like the internet or ecosystem or any of this type of stuff, right? Like none of these are really like that particularly durable. We can see there's another Pepe coin down here at, you know, 450, and then, you know, we're seeing some of these more like maybe Gen Z type memes and things going around. But as far as like the OGs are concerned, we've got Pepe and Dogecoin, and you know, these to me are kind of like the OGs of the space, and they're kind of like the market leaders of meme coins. And so I do expect that we will see Pepe probably catch up to Dogecoin, at least in some capacity, maybe not all the way, but like, you know, I think if Doge is going to have a $50 billion market cap, it seems reasonable to me that, you know, potentially we could see a $20-30 billion market cap out of Pepe, because it's getting more like comparable to the Doge meme, right? And so I do think if we start to see kind of a meme coin or kind of one of these more major bull runs where memes go crazy and all this type of stuff, and maybe if we start to see Doge do things that we saw similar to last bull run, we're going to have things that kind of maybe run harder than what Doge would. For example, you know, if Doge is the Bitcoin of memes, you know, Pepe might be the Solana. So, you know, maybe Doge goes up 50%, 100%, 200%, whatever, but Pepe might go up 500%, 1,000%, so on. And so that's kind of mainly what I'm kind of looking at when I'm seeing kind of the meme landscape. I do still think overall probably the best place to be looking for memes is kind of in some of the smaller cap coins, just because some of these larger ones have they've got such it takes so much money to move them, right? I mean, for Pepe to 2x, you're gonna have to pump an extra, you know, that's an extra $8.5 billion in market cap. Or if you go to like Peanut the Squirrel, for example, that's only $1.5 billion. And then you go further down, you know, maybe you have some that are even smaller. And so that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. However, I will say that to me, like Doge and Pepe are kind of the two, like with an asterisk. They can kind of grow to not infinite size, but almost infinite size, because they're kind of like the cornerstone memes of the internet. And so that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. If you're looking at it a different way, I'd love to hear in the comment section below. I do try to read and respond to all of my comments, so if you have anything that you want me to see, that'd be a great way to do it. Also, if you did find this video helpful, please do give me a like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. It helps me get pushed further into the YouTube algorithm, as well as, you know, continuing on with kind of reaching more new people and things like that. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.